We're just 24 hours away from WWE SummerSlam, but more importantly, we've just got done watching Friday Night SmackDown. Did WWE finally put on a good television show this week, or was SmackDown another dud? Well, in my opinion, this was probably the best show I've seen this week, which wouldn't be hard, because I thought Raw sucked, I thought NXT sucked, and, Dynamite always sucks. Dynamite sucks mega dick, so I wasn't surprised Dynamite sucked, but normally I enjoy NXT. This week I did not, but this SmackDown was actually decent. Was it great? No, but it was okay. It could have been better, but there was a nice couple of surprises on the show as well. But we kick off with a Donnybrook match, and you might be thinking, what the fuck's a Donnybrook match, man? Well, a Donnybrook match is basically a street fight, but with like Irish weapons. So you had like you had like beer barrels, you had shillelaghs, all this stuff that WWE is associating with Ireland. I'm surprised they didn't have like fucking pints of Guinness and bags of potatoes and all that shit there, and a 4-leaf clover to hit somebody over the head with. But nah, it's a Donnybrook match. I think it was supposed to be like Sheamus's match type, to try and give him the advantage, like back in the day, Hell in a Cell favoured The Undertaker, ladder match favoured the Hardys, tables favoured the Dudleys. Well, apparently this Donnybrook match is supposed to be Sheamus's home advantage, his speciality match, and it was actually pretty good. Lots of brawling. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre always deliver. I've no complaints. I mean, every time you see these two going in the ring, they're very good, and I think these guys should be in the main event scene. They should be getting title shots, and they should be having title reigns, because they are two big guys, two believable champs, and like I said, always put on entertaining matches, especially with each other. We had Sheamus's crew got involved, Butch or Bitch, whatever the fuck he's called, and that other guy who absolutely sucks, but I forget his name. He got belly to belly through a table on the outside. McIntyre hit a Claymore kick on Butch. Sheamus hit the Brogue kick on McIntyre. He thought he'd won. He didn't. McIntyre then hit a powerbomb on Sheamus through a table. Sheamus was crawling over to grab his shillelagh, but as soon as he got his shillelagh, he was on his knees. He looked at it, but then that only lasted for like a second, because McIntyre ran over and hit like a running Claymore while Sheamus was on his knees, and he got the victory. After the match, Drew was celebrating, but he seemed a bit sad, and he was like, it didn't have to be this way. It didn't have to be this way. So, I mean, yeah, there's obviously mutual respect between Sheamus and Drew. On commentary, they put over that they've been fighting and they've known each other for like 20 years now. So, yeah, but before Drew can release anything else, Austin Theory comes out and starts battering him with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Also, during this match, there was like, on the outside, there was like photo frames of Sheamus's supposed great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather, and they were called Lamey and Hamey. But it was obviously just Sheamus fucking dressed up in like, the old gear and stuff like this, and with a horrible fucking mustache. But it was kind of funny. So fair play to that shit. But yeah, good match, good opener. Then Austin Theory comes out and attacks Drew from behind. We then get Happy Corbin comes out. He is behind McAfee at ringside. He's got a ticket. He's also got a poster with like Pat McAfee back in the day with like really fucking long hair, and the poster says "loser" underneath it, and Corbin's insulting McAfee. Pours popcorn over McAfee. Cole's like, oh, come on, you've got this guy tomorrow night, don't worry about it. But McAfee can't really wait. And then before you know it, they come back from like a break, and we have Corbin provoking McAfee. They're brawling at ringside. The officials come out. You've got Jamie Noble there. We've got Adam Pearce there. Fucking anybody that's relevant's there. And then when I get them pulled away, Pat McAfee starts to celebrate even though he didn't win anything. And Happy Corbin comes out and punts him in the nuts from behind. And McAfee sold this like he was fucking dead. He sold it like it was a big boot for test in his prime. It was good selling, but maybe it was overselling. Because Pat McAfee, I thought for a second he wasn't going to be able to continue the show. I thought he was done. The way he was rolling around screaming in pain. We could take another break, he comes back, and then Cole's basically asking him how his nuts are, and it was a bit weird on commentary, but that's essentially how it went down. So yeah, I'm surprised he was able to continue, but he says he'll struggle off and he'll be alright for SummerSlam tomorrow night. Then we get Paul Heyman backstage. You see him talking to Austin Theory. We don't know what they're saying, but we can assume it's something to do with Paul Heyman giving him advice or something like that. Maybe we'll find out later tonight. Maybe we will. Up next, we have Aaliyah versus Shotzi Blackheart. Now, for some reason, This was supposed to be Aaliyah versus Lacey Evans, but they just announced pretty much before the start of the match Lacey Evans isn't able to compete or isn't wanting to compete or some bullshit. Who cares? I mean, who gives a fuck? Are we supposed to sit here and cry and demand a refund because Lacey Evans isn't coming out? I mean, I couldn't give a shit, personally. Shotzi Blackheart then beats Aaliyah, and I think she wins the match for probably the first time in her career. Anytime I've seen Shotzi, her and her green hair's been pinned to the mat for 3 seconds or tapping out. But tonight she actually picked up a win. But her, you know, the victory celebration for her didn't really last long, because backstage we have Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan's like posing. You know, they've got their fists up posing for like pictures for SummerSlam. Natalya comes and says, "You should be taking pictures of me because I should be the champion, blah, blah, blah." Then Sonya Deville comes and says that Ronda Rousey only picks fights when people are beat up and stuff like this. It was like, what? And then Ronda just storms off in a mood, storms out to the ring. She grabs, Shotzi says, "Hey Ronda," then Ronda like hits an arm drag on her, then hits Piper's Pit, then grabs the mic off her and says, "Bye Shotzi." Shotzi rolls out the ring. Then Ronda is trying to speak but not making much sense as always. Another botchy fucking promo. Someone in the crowd chants, "You suck." And then Ronda chants back, "You suck, your mother failed you." And apparently this was a sick burn, but even this she couldn't really deliver properly. So yeah, no, I'm just not digging Ronda Rousey out there looking like a fucking panda with that stupid black eyeliner, eye patch, fucking eyeshadow makeup on. I mean, it literally looks like Mike Tyson's just fucking hit her 2 digs, one to the left eye and one to the right. I don't understand this whole panda fucking makeup shit, but it is what it is. Then she calls out Liv Morgan and says, let's show all these chicks why we are in the title shot or title picture or whatever the fuck she said. Who cares? Wasn't any good. And then Liv Morgan comes out. They have a tag team match between Sonya and Natalya. Towards the end of the match, Liv Morgan's getting beat up, but she doesn't want to tag out for some reason. She wants to try and win herself to prove that she doesn't need help or whatever, that she's the strong, superior person or whatever you want to call it, man. Ronda Rousey eventually tags herself in. She's beating up Natalya and Sonya with ease, and then when Sonya attacks her from behind, it looks like it's 2-on-1, but Liv Morgan jumps in, hits her finisher on Natalya, and then Ronda makes Sonya tap out, and that's it. The two celebrate. Shite, boring, crap, call it what you want. Everything with Ronda Rousey, and it just doesn't really do much for me. Just a tag team match that I honestly didn't need to see. Then Liv Morgan raises the belt up at Ronda Rousey's face, and I guess we're going to get these two at SummerSlam. And I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Ronda Rousey just beats her in 2 seconds, if I'm being honest. We then got the Street Profits and USO'S out cutting a promo. They kept, Jeff Jarrett was there, they kept asking him, if I do this, will I get disqualified? If I do this, will I get disqualified? I mean, the Usos thought they were being funny, and then one of the Street Profits says, if I slap Jimmy so hard in the face that his face paint comes back, will I get disqualified? And it was like, what the fuck? It was pretty good. And then they start brawling. And then Angela Dawkins is like, if I do this, will I get disqualified? And he just starts beating the shit out of the Usos. Then they start brawling. Jeff Jarrett's like sitting up on top of the ropes to try and get away. But like they keep like falling into him. So he moves into the centre of the ring. And then he eats a super kick for Jimmy Uso accidentally. And Jeff Jarrett sold this pretty well. I mean, he might be, what, 50 odds? 54, 53, 55? I don't know. But he sold this pretty well, man. He was like fucking standing on top of his head for about 10 seconds. It was unreal. And then Jarrett goes up and starts pushing the Usos around. So, I mean, I've got a funny feeling we're going to get a heel Jeff Jarrett swerve here at the pay-per-view, and he's going to help the Usos retain. But we'll see. I mean, this segment was pretty good. I liked it. Then we have Maxine Dupree and the Maximum Male Models with their summer wear. They're showing off their summer wear. They're on the beach. They're, you know, got Masse and Mansoir. And they're showing off all their summer wear gear, which is all fine and dandy. And then they come back. They're in the arena. They're backstage. And we get Max Dupree, who apparently was gone from this stable. He was apparently out, but now he's back. And then, you know, Maxine Dupree gives the whole titillate the juices of your satisfaction or whatever it is. I don't know, I mean, I don't think this stable will go anywhere without Max Dupree, but at the same time, I think this is kind of holding Max back a wee bit. I mean, surely LA Knight can do something better than this. But no, it's entertaining. I do kind of like it, so it is weird. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad at the same time. It's different. It's very fucking different. Let's put it that way. It's a bit like, I don't know, Fandango or something when he comes out with the dancing gimmick, you know. It's like, you don't really want to like it, but at the same time, you can admit it's not horrible. That's the best way I can sum up. Then we get the Viking Raiders versus the New Day. Viking Raiders beat the New Day. I mean, solid match. I mean, it was alright. After the match, we had the Viking Raiders attack Kofi, and then Xavier Woods gets in the ring, and he ate a massive fucking shield to the face. And then they put his leg inside a steel chair, and then they both simultaneously at the same time brought their shields down onto the steel chair, and they appeared to injure Woods. So I don't know if Woods is like legit injured, and they need to just like, you know, write him off TV, or whether he's going away or something. Maybe he's going back to making porn with Paige or something, and they just need to get him written out of telly. I don't know, but it looked like that's the last I think we're going to see Xavier Woods for a while, because I mean, the way he sold this, it looked like he was not legit injured, but it looked like they wanted you to think he was injured. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the New Day for a while, and then the Viking Raiders walked off. I mean, Pat McAfee done a good job. He kept saying how much like they stink and that they don't wash and that they've never had, you know, clean flowing water touch their bodies, which by the look of them, I mean, that could be true. I mean, they do look like smelly, dirty bastards, but I guess that's the whole point of being a Viking. Then we get Paul Heyman come out. We're going to learn what's on the mind of Paul Heyman. He's given like a state of address of the title. He says that no one's held the belt for 700 days in like, you know, the last 25 years, whatever. And the one man that's going to stop that is Brock Lesnar over his dead body. So Heyman, fighting talk here, adamant that Brock will not stop this title reign. We then get Brock coming out. Pat McAfee's on commentary talking about if the aliens came down and set out a challenge to Earth, and it was like winner take all, their best guy against our best guy. We would send this flannel cowboy up against the aliens, and he would kick all their asses. And it was like, what the fuck? I mean, I like McAfee. I'm not gonna lie here. McAfee is entertaining, and it's something that I think gives SmackDown the edge over Raw 100%. The commentary team is so much better. Anyway, Brock is in the ring, corners Heyman. Then we get Austin Theory comes out, hits Brock with the briefcase a few times. Brock just turns around, doesn't even fucking sell it. I mean, he may as well have been blowing on him or hitting him with a fucking tampon or something, man. The guy just wasn't, I mean, he honestly wasn't selling it. Then Brock turns around, starts beating the shit out of him with the briefcase, and then hits a few Germans, sends him to Suplex City. Austin Theory grabs his briefcase, rolls at the bottom of the ring, tries to go up the ramp, turns around, but there's Drew McIntyre there, and he hits him with a massive Claymore, getting revenge for earlier in the night. Then we get Drew looking at Brock, and it's kind of like, you know, oh, this could be the next match, because if Brock wins at SummerSlam, it'll be Brock versus Drew at Clash of the Castle, or Clash at the Castle, whatever the pay-per-view's called in Wales. I don't know. But that was your SmackDown, guys. Was it great? No. Was it horrible? Absolutely not. It was okay. I've definitely seen worse shows. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 10. I'll get a 4 out of 10. I mean, I like the Sheamus match. I mean, the Sheamus Drew was good. The women's stuff kind of lost me. The main event was okay. No, you know what? I'm going to give it a 5, actually. I'll give it a 5. I think 4's a wee bit harsh. We'll give it a 5. We'll bump it up one to a 5 out of 10. That's it, guys. Let me know what you think down below. And yeah, SummerSlam tonight. Hopefully get predictions and previews up for that. And we'll see what's going to happen at the biggest party this summer. But until then, been Fog Wrestling. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.